Welcome back to the Golfing Dads, everybody. You see, Steve, we have hidden in a basement somewhere in, I think, Mississippi?
Maybe.
So, Steve is in an unknown location, hiding from Dave, apparently. There's some beef there over Thanksgiving turkey. I'm making all this up. But Steve is on location this week at his in-laws for the holiday. So,
Yes.
we are making this work this week, and we have a special guest tonight, Mike Dynda from Makefield Putters. Let's welcome him into the show. We're having some technical difficulties on one end, but
I think the difficulties are only on my end, guys.
They are, but we can hear you, so that's great.
We can hear you. That's really the important part. I don't know that anybody needs to see your pretty face either.
I got a face made for radio, so let's keep it rolling.
You do have one of those, yes.
Perfect. So we got you on video here in a little bit that we're going to show some of the magic that you do at Makefield Putters. And, of course, I got my favorite putter right here.
Awesome. Way to go. Thank you.
Hey, Michael, the last time I saw you, we got to hang out in Philadelphia at the Cricket Club. So it's nice to have you here. And
the last time I saw him, we got to hang out at Augusta National. So which one's better?
I'm going to go, no offense to my Philadelphia club, but I would think Augusta's a little bit ahead of Cricket.
There we go. I'm sorry, I had to one-up Steve there.
I don't know. I really like Cricket Club. It was nice. But typically we sit down with you at the PGA Show. But I'm kind of excited. This is the first time we've had you in studio here, kind of. So why don't you start? Who, what, when, where, why, how? What are Makefield Putters?
All right. So as you guys know, but for your audience, during the COVID pandemic a few years back, Everett, our owner and inventor, spent a lot of time on YouTube. As you may or may not know, Everett has an autistic son, and his caretaker couldn't come to the house on a regular basis to take care of his son. And it appears now I'm on the phone, but you guys don't see me, do you? All right, cool.
So we don't see you. Just keep talking. You're doing just fine.
Everett went through, him and his wife took turns taking care of Ev. And Everett spent a lot of time on YouTube, and he said, these putters aren't properly engineered. I can build a better mousetrap, or a putter, as you might say. So that's kind of where it started in 2020. And we were there at the first PGA show, and I guess it was 21, yeah?
22, because we're going to get into that a little later, because 21 was the year they did the virtual one. But we are going to get into that. So
yeah, so anyway, Everett thought he could build a better mousetrap, and I obviously think he created the best mousetrap ever.
So you talk about creating a better mousetrap and creating a better putter. What was the problem in the putting space that Makefield saw? How did they address it? Where did you go from, hey, I don't think this is right, and I'm making a better putter? Where did you see that problem?
Well, I didn't see it. Everett saw it, and I never forget our first meeting. We were at a coffee shop up the street here from my house in Bluebell in North Wales, and him and the other co-founder said, hey, you're a recognized locally great putting coach. Can you help us rep our putter? I said, listen, Mr. Farr, I said, I can sell a comb to a bald person, but if I can't trust the product, I can't put my heart and soul into selling this. So I took the putter home. I measured it and tested it on the way I test things back then against my Adele putter and my Sick putter. And I said, I'll get back. Well, before that, I said, I'll get back to you in 2 or 3 days. I got back to him in 2 or 3 hours. I said, can I curse here or not?
Yeah, 100%.
I said, this fucking thing is good.
I knew what was coming there.
That's not really a curse word. I said, I'm all in. Where do I sign? It took me an hour to recognize what he invented. And it really has yet to be, although there's a few companies now that are copying some of our things, but he was ahead of his time. Yeah.
Okay. So if you go to Makefield's website, they talk about the Path of Inertia.
Yep.
I'm not a science major. I never will pretend to be one. So what is the path of inertia when it comes to a putter, and how do you make non-science majors understand it?
So in school, I was good at math, but not at science. So I understand that. And as far as the path of inertia goes, and the best thing I can say is, and I'm going to name drop, but when I gave it to one of my students, Chris Crawford, who's played in a few U.S. Opens before he graduated from Drexel, which, by the way, is where Everett Farr, our inventor, graduated from with a 2 or 3 degrees in engineering. Chris was an accounting major, not an engineer, but Chris said, Coach, when I start moving the putter back, it just seems to go perfect. So I'm really going to be in trouble for not giving a great explanation of the path of inertia. But what people tell me when I'm fitting is, oh my God, this thing feels like it just stays online. Mm-hmm. And I believe a lot of that has to do with our weighting being at the equator of the ball and our putters being slightly heavier than most. And which, as a teaching pro, you guys know, that's my first job, was a PGA putting coach. If you can get the putter to do more of the work for you than your flippy little hands or your hangover hands or whatever you might have that day, if the weight of the putter can do a lot of the work, I mean, if you get it started online, it's going to stay online.
That's the definition of path of inertia, by the way, is
thanks for looking that up. I appreciate
the object, if not affected by a force, the path it would follow. That's the path of inertia.
So you got to think about that. Like, we're ahead of our time there with that. I don't want to say the TORQUE word, but that was kind of the same thing.
That's coming. We'll get to that in a second here.
Well, so we talked about path of inertia, and I mean, I have my Makefield putter that I absolutely
who fitted you for that, by the way? Oh, look at you got the Defiant.
Some Philadelphia Eagles fan helped me get this. And we're going to show that actually here. We're actually going to show you fitting the other person on the show here.
Awesome.
For a putter, but they have such a distinct look and a build. So what's the engineering behind the path of inertia translating to the real world? How does this build? And I know, because I got to say, I love the weighting system in it. How does that all help with this?
All right, so let me go backwards. Turn that back around again, please. That's us. All right, so that's the Defiant. There's 6 weight ports. We can actually change. Actually, I fitted a professional golfer today from our club pro, not a touring pro. We fitted, Nick and I fitted Matt from DuPont Country Club. And Matt's 50 years old, and he kept hitting putts on the toe, kept pulling. And so you can't see my hand, but I'm pointing towards the toe side of the putter. We actually loaded the toe up a little heavier and lightened the heel so that when he missed it, he goes, Mike, I miss every putt my whole life off the toe. I'm not going to change. I'm 50. I'm a teaching pro now. Can you do something? So we added some weights to the toe side of the putter. And now all of a sudden on the Quintic ball roll, his numbers improved immediately with Nick and I's. Nick's actually the genius on that, but it was really good. Yes. Thank you for all that. And I'm really sad my face isn't on here because I don't even have an Eagles hat on. I have a Makefield hat on.
I was trying to wear a Bears hat just to troll you.
You know what? You can troll all you want. I think it's going to be 2023 all over again. I think we're done. If you want my opinion, the Eagles football team is like my golf game. I might shoot the occasional 69, but it's done with hitting 8 greens in regulation, and I make every putt I look at with my Makefield putter. But
you got your Super Bowl win last year, so back to the putter.
I wouldn't. All right. So, yeah, I mean, with the weighting, and we're one of the few companies, if not the only company, that affords you the ability to move. Every driver right now, you can shift weight, heel, toe, back, front. And you can do that with our putter. If you're a chronic puller, chronic pusher, hey, Mike, I'm not going to take lessons. I'm old. I just do this. Then we can shift the COG around, and you're going to start hitting putts on better start lines.
So, Mike, I will tell you, when I got home with this putter, and we didn't mess with the weights when we did the fitting. We just did and we'll get into the lie angle and the shaft angle and all of that. But I actually messed with the weights and have it weighted for the weight I like and to give me that moment of inertia through the ball and that impact. I set the weights balanced, and so like I have mine perfectly balanced.
Yep.
And that's what I love about this putter is that you can adjust it, like you said. If you want more of a toe hang because that's the way you putt, you can do that with this putter. It's amazing.
Thank you. So now, hold on. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go.
No, you're good. No, I was going to get into something you teased at in the last answer. Is that the last 2 years has seen the rush of the no torque, low torque putters. So the question that I have for you is talk about the biggest difference between the Makefield putter with being able to move weights around and those other options out there.
So
I got to ask the question, Mike. I mean,
so let's do, and listen, there's a lot of good product out there in the market. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sadly, or gratefully, tour pros can make a putt with a rock attached to a stick. So some of the success you're seeing with some of these other companies is great, but I'm so tiptoeing right now.
You are.
We know, but have fun with it.
And the question again, Steve, was, remind me, I'll get it. I had an answer.
You know, as you go from the biggest, what is the biggest difference between a Makefield and the idea of going no torque, low torque?
So, you ready for this? And
yeah,
I'm old. I'm somewhat smart, but not really. The word torque, I had to look up in a dictionary. It talks about twist. So last year at the PGA Show, I might have told you this, Steve, at Cricket, I was talking with some higher ups from Titleist, and they said, we're not going to go down that zero torque path. We're going to stay true to our things. Now, if you see,
they lied to your face.
Yeah,
no, literally, they had one there.
They had that. They lied to your face.
So funny story. Before you finish this, Bill Pressey and I and Greg were walking by the Titleist booth, and we walked in, and they had one there. They pulled it off the shelf when he walked in.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I've been following Bill Press for a long time. Before the explosion, I noticed he's taken a lot of vacations overseas lately, so I guess he did good.
Oh yeah,
he made out all right, I guess.
Yeah, but anyway, as a teacher, I want my players to feel the club head, especially the young kids. Mm-hmm. And who knows, we might come out with a reduced torque putter, but most of our putters, and to answer that, our putter, even before this rage of less or reduced torque, ours have already been there with the weight system.
Yeah.
We just didn't put in that apparatus, which the gentleman holds with two hands, which no player in the world holds a putter with two hands 6 inches apart from the shaft. So there's obviously some sort of force applied to the shaft, but I don't listen. I'm not an engineer. Our putter rolls pretty damn good.
You are a putting expert, I will say, and
supposedly.
We're gonna pay some bills here and run a little commercial real quick. When we get back, we are gonna show what you do and how you fit for these putters. So we're gonna run a quick commercial here. We'll be right back with the Golfing Dads.
I'll try and get my camera.
Ready to take your game to the next level? Desert Fox Golf's collegiate gear is growing fast, with over 25 universities and counting. Show off your favorite team on the course with the Phone Caddy and DJ 10 speaker, built for easy access for every round. Perfect for students, alumni, and college sports fans looking to show off their school spirit. Gear up today at desertfoxgolf.com.
Desert Fox has some great sales going on right now for Black Friday, so make sure you're checking them out and always use the code the Golfing Dads for 15% off and get yourself a phone caddy and their new magnetic phone caddy. Check them out at desertfoxgolf.com. All right, Dynda.
So
we got. Go ahead, Steve.
Mike, we're gonna show this video, and it's on the putting green at the PGA Show. I'm gonna preface it.
Yep.
And I'm being fit for a putter. So Dave, Greg, let's roll this video real quick.
Okay.
Scott Norwood, wide right.
Oh shit!
That's Bill's reference.
All right, the Bills are good this year.
Don't break his camera, Steve.
Not last week, I don't think.
All right, cool. So, and hold on.
Look at me, I was young and nimble back then.
This is only 11 months ago, or 10 months ago.
Action.
So what are you doing here?
I'll show you.
So down low.
Him with this. I'm talking because you're on camera. So.
Yeah. So down low with that camera, that's the.
That's all I need.
Okay.
Now, if this were a fitting
I'm
in
skinnier
our studio,
too now,
Ben's
too.
Hill,
Jeepers
Pennsylvania,
creepers.
go birds.
It's really gonna make me.
It'd be on the Quintic
Yeah.
and a lot more data, but I can get really close with these two devices. This is going to measure if the putter rests. Not only does it rest fairly flush to the ground at address, which that's pretty close, but where does it set at impact? So let's go this way. He's a little tiny over the topper. Fine. So am I. So this is impact, I think.
Toes up.
1 degree. Okay, now hear me out though. Let's just see what happens.
Wow, good video
That's
work.
what's good about the Makefield. Even with this stroke, it's still.
We try hard here on the show.
So it's about 1 up.
Yeah. We pay well for it.
All right. So here's why he's 1 up.
My hands move.
You're 1 up. I mean, you're 1. Here's why the toe. Oh, sorry. Here's why it's a flat lie angle. Horrible line right there. Closer, all right. Don't forget the degree. That's an accident. He carries his hands super duper low, so that's going to make this go. So if you were to keep going, so I'm guessing this is 60. If you're 67, 69, you're around 68, 67.
Yeah.
See, you're here.
Yep.
I put this way. So
Okay.
how far is that heel off the ground?
Yeah. Correct.
My line angle is 74.
Mm-hmm.
In my research, this player, because he's comfortable, he's been here his whole life, this one's going to arc more. This is going to arc less.
Yeah, makes sense.
It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
It's just harder to, in my opinion, it's harder to make the stronger arc as consistent as the less arc. Well, that's why Bryce is trying to get his putter down like this.
Right.
Yeah, because
Hardly any
Any arc. Yeah.
and very, very minimal face rotation. You're going to have, well, not with the Makefield putter. So. Oh, I'm so tired.
long week.
I think that's about your length too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just double check the setup again. You're comfortable there.
Yeah.
But then I'll come back as a teaching pro. Are you comfortable shooting 80? Or, whatever score you're shooting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like that. It's not comfortable. Well, then keep shooting 1,000. As a teacher.
I'm such a smart ass.
That's what we love about you.
That's really darn close.
It's really close.
Now, so you come in a little bit.
Yeah.
So in theory, this should be knocked down 1 degree.
Yeah.
It's more important to have this square to your intended start line. If it's a little this way, a little that way. All right, let's think Steve Stricker,
Mm-hmm.
Isao Aoki.
Yeah.
They've made more money at golf than you and I.
Correct.
Right. So it's more important that the face angle is in the direction you want to start the ball.
Yep.
With an iron, if it's 2 or 3 degrees too upright, it's going to cause a pull left.
Yep.
If it's 2 or 3 degrees too flat, it's going to cause a miss right.
Yep.
With a putter, not so much the case. In my
That's a
opinion,
fact,
it
by
should
the
be
way.
around 68.
We're listening to the scientist here.
You want to try mine then?
Yeah.
So that was all factual there, yeah.
Well, I hope it was factual as you talking.
Well, no, sometimes they offer opinions, but that was all factual. Because in golf, you guys know this. I mean, it's like the interpretations of the Bible. You know how there's a one Bible, but there's like 80 million interpretations.
That is true.
There's golf, and there's full swing golf teachers, which I still am a full swing golf teacher. There's just so many interpretations, but the facts are the facts, and the facts are the face is responsible for 90-some% of the ball's starting direction. So yes, as much as I want to get you fitted to have the putter fit you, the important part is that the face is square to the target line at impact, and that's pretty much it. I mean, and I got to find a more modern. I guess Tony Finau would modernize Isao Aoki. Tiger actually had the toe up in the air about a degree or two.
Yep.
Yep.
And I actually have Stricker on video from the Senior Open at Rhode Island. Where the hell was that? Country
Newport.
Yeah, so I was there with one of our Michael was a brand ambassador back then, Michael Brown, and I got a lot of good data there. And Stricker had that heel, must have been 4 degrees off the ground. But as I said to you in that video, he's made a few more dollars at golf than you and I.
1 or 2, yeah.
So,
Yeah, a little bit.
lie angle is important, but not as important as returning the face square to the start line at impact. And our putter helps with that, with the weighting. And one thing we haven't discussed yet and is our weights are at the equator of the ball, not on the bottom of the putter.
Mm-hmm.
The weight at the bottom of the putter, in my opinion, don't know if it's a fact, helps drag the putter down. And if you want to hit a chip shot with backspin, you want to hit down on it. You don't want to putt a ball with backspin.
Right.
True.
Right.
You want to putt it like you're hitting a pull cue and you're trying to chase the cue ball down the table to hit your next shot. So with that being said, you can't see my hands. You're hitting it up just about the equator to give it that tumble.
So speaking of that, like we just saw what you're doing there. You're laying on the ground. You're taking pictures of Steve. So when someone's getting fit for a putter, what are you looking for on that camera? Are you looking for the toe? Are you looking for when it hits the ball? What exactly are you seeing that like the average person is not seeing, and how does that relate to helping us get fit? Because since you fit me, this putter's been amazing.
All right, cool. So that was what I call like a redneck fit, just with my camera and my phone at our studio, which not everybody in your audience has access to. In our studio, we had the Quintic ball roll. It's software and cameras and high-speed cameras that gather every nuance of the putting stroke. And we had a fitting today with a club pro from DuPont Country Club down in Delaware. And the Quintic just picks up. I mean, it'd be like having a really bad mother-in-law. She picks up every trait. You know what I mean? So the Quintic knows everything. It's not opinion, it's fact. So at the studio, we fit with the Quintic ball roll. When we do fittings remote, I use that high-speed camera. And, you know, the cell phones are good enough nowadays with the iPhones. You can gather a lot of data from that. We're looking for how's the length? Like, is the player in a comfortable posture? Is this repeatable? So let's go length first. Then we're going to go let's go lie second, and then hosel fit third to see how they aim. Example, center shafted, plumber's neck, double bend, or we have a slant neck. So you have I see it, you can't see my hands, but that was our first edition of that. Isn't that a good looking plumber's neck?
Oh, I love this. I love the look of this.
That's and you kept it clean. You kept the head cover on. That looks good.
Oh, yeah.
By the way,
in good condition.
Put that face back up. I know I might be out of order, but that face right there is what is changing the world. That face, radial cusp face technology. We had the inventor of the Quintic the first year at the show come by, Paul Herian. He's like, what have you got here? Let me try your putter. I see you've got my Quintic. Let me try hitting a few putts with your putter. So he hit it. Is that a bad? Right?
the accent was spot on there.
Spot on. What a great accent. Thank you for that.
I can do like 30 of them, but I don't know how much time we have. So Paul hit a couple putts. He goes, this is fucking great. RPMs. Then he tried to hit a few putts really badly. And I wish you could see me. He leaned back. He scooped up. He did all these bad things you shouldn't do in the putting stroke. And they kept spitting out positive RPMs. And he looked at me and goes, what have you fucking done here? It's legal. I said, I don't know. Ask Everett. All I know is he goes, this fucking face, there's something in here. It's making the ball do things it shouldn't do. So everybody, here's what's really weird about the putting industry, in my opinion. Every amateur is buying a putter they see Tiger use or Jack use. Jack Nicklaus sold a bazillion of them response putters in '86 when he won the Masters.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to drop names, but I spoke with another major champion who might be affiliated with Makefield, and he was like,
his name. It's okay.
He goes, that putter was horrible. But they sold a bazillion of them because Jack won the '86 Masters using the McGregor response. So back to where I'm going. Where was I going, Steve? Keep me in line here.
Well, I know where you're trying to get to, so I'm going to ask the question. Let's talk about an off-the-rack putter. And you hinted at this where these guys are selling these off-the-rack putters. How big of a difference can a proper fitting make versus walking into your favorite golf shop and buying a putter?
So our line at Makefield is, if you buy a standard off-the-rack Makefield putter, you will begin to putt better immediately. It's a fact. I see it every day on the Quintic. But if you want to get really gooder or better, whatever the logic or word is, I like gooder.
Gooder works.
Gooder too.
I mean, hopefully my daughter's watching, and she's like, Dad, or she would say gooder. I said, Morgan, that's not a word. She goes, Dad, it is in my world. So if you buy a Makefield, immediately you will get better at putting. If you get fitted, then you're going to get a little bit more better, or a lot of bit more better. The key to fitting a putter is it enables you to return the putter face squarely to the ball at impact a high percentage of the time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, and I hope your audience hears this. I don't know how big your audience is, but most of these tour pros can make a putt with a stick and a rock attached to it. Like if I saw a recent Bryson DeChambeau YouTube, the kid made him use a set of rental clubs, and Bryson still putted pretty good. He went, from his arm lock 79 degree down to a off the rack 35. So most good putters can make putts, but if the average putter, and hopefully your audience is average putters, our putter makes you better immediately. With the fact that it's not backspinning and bouncing the first 1 or 2 or 3 feet of its departure. It just hugs the grass.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So, Mike, we're going to pay a few more bills here, but wanted to add to that. One of our sponsors, the Bridgestone Golf Ball. You want to think less, swing better? The Bridgestone Mindset Golf Ball keeps your focus tight and your game sharper. Bridgestone Mindset. Clarity on every shot. The official golf ball of the Golfing Dads.
So, Mike, we had talked earlier about
Greg, that was such a pro voice. I like that.
Yeah, that's why we let him read those.
That's why I get paid the big bucks.
Hold on, ready?
We talked earlier about that 2022 PGA show, and I was there, and I remember seeing Makefield there, seeing you there, and the one thing I remember back about that show is literally how empty the convention center was, how empty the demo day was. And I'm sure you remember that coming out of COVID. You were one of the few attendees and one of the only club manufacturers that were there. Why is the PGA show so important to Makefield?
So I remember that too. Was that the rainy year? No, that was a nice day, right?
Every year's the rainy year.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's be honest.
Welcome to demo day in Orlando.
How about that year? We were the only putting manufacturer on the green at the outdoor demo day.
Yep, you were.
And so we grabbed a lot of attention there. As far as, I mean, that was great. I never forget that because inside there was a couple little, it's amazing how many freeloaders try to come into the putting green at the show indoors and try and freeload their way in without paying the proper fees for the room. But anyway,
that never happened.
we should out them, but I won't. How important is the PGA show? So I saw it. Let's think about this. I could be paid to drive all around the country to show our product. The PGA show, by the way, is not a cheap endeavor. It's very expensive, as you guys may know, but
correct.
It's economically more feasible to have them all come to you than to have them send me around the country.
Right.
So, and it's a great way to promote and show off your new models. By the way, I don't like it. Well, I shouldn't say that. Let me back up. Can you delete that or not?
No, you're just live.
We're live. We're live, but it's okay. Keep going.
It's Dynda. You need like a 13-second fucking remote. Beep, beep. We have a new blade that we are going to introduce at the show.
Okay.
I saw it today. I putted it today. The numbers that Dave O, our engineer, the numbers on the Quintic were phenomenal for a blade. So it took Everett a few minutes to figure out how to get our weight, the X3 weight technology, into a blade. But this blade is good looking. It's not quite done yet, but I putted it today, and the roll numbers and everything's fantastic. And the reason my dismay for blades is if 80, I did the numbers last year, 21 out of the top 25 in the world were using mallets. I'm sorry, 21 and a half. The half was Colin Morikawa, went back and forth between blade and mallet.
And a mallet.
He changes putters about as often as he changes underwear, I think.
Yeah. At the Ryder Cup, don't quote me, but I think 19 out of the 24 participants were using mallets. But yet every 12 handicapper thinks, well, Mike, I need a blade. I'm a blade putter. So whatever, that's fine. And I didn't want to succumb to that, but we are in almost final completion with the blade. And my hope is that it'll debut at the 26th merchandise show.
Nice.
So, Mike, this is perfect. I was at a big golf store the other day, surprise, surprise, and a guy on the putting green was asking me. I was holding a blade putter because I was just putting around with my son on the putting green, and he was like, "Oh, I want to use that putter because I really like a blade." And I was like, "Really, I'm more of a mallet guy because of all those reasons that you've talked about here tonight." And also because of my Makefield putter. But I told them about you guys. I said, hey, you really need to check out Makefield Putters out of Pennsylvania because I'm always for my PA brethren where I went to school. But I will say that I talked about the blade, and he was all about the blade. And I said, we even got Steve to kind of get away from a blade and get to a mallet because it really does help with putting. I think it really changes that feel that you talk about and having that moment of inertia. It's much better with a mallet putter. But to get us back on track here, I wanted to ask, with the PGA Show, how does the PGA Show? You said you were the only ones on the green the one year. We see you on the green every year that we come out there. How does that really influence your roadmap, your product launches, your tech improvements, and your partnerships for the rest of the year, every year at the PGA Show?
So I guess to answer that would be feedback is phenomenal no matter where you get it from. Obviously at the PGA Show, you have to pay for that feedback. B, it helps reconnect with current or former acquaintances. C, it helps us showcase and market and promote one of the best putters in the world. And to have all these golf geeks in one place at one time, and yes, I'll call myself a golf geek. It's really neat. I mean, obviously some of it's tire kicking, as you guys know. The first half of the demo day is phenomenal, and the first morning of the show is phenomenal. As far as us networking and getting our name, because in Philadelphia we're pretty well known. We have commercials in Philadelphia, and so ultimately our goal is to expand regionally, then nationally, and then globally. And we've made a few contacts. Like, no offense, I'm not going to fly over to Sweden to meet somebody to give them a demo day. But if the Swedish people come to Orlando, then it's easier to connect with them. So even though that's a big expense, it's a lot cheaper than going to all of those countries and states individually.
I was hoping you were going to say your favorite part was seeing the golfing dads every year at the PGA
Or
Show.
coming
Man, I missed that one. Come on, Dynda.
I want to read some comments here from Instagram.
Yeah, please.
First off, what's up, Ocala golfer? How are you, buddy? Hey, Golfmaster Pro is asking, and we're going to get to this question here in a bit.
Did my daughter touch them yet or not?
No. He wants to know where you can purchase them online only. If you're in the Philly area, you can go in and get fit and buy yours if you're in the Philly area.
So check
also, I know Golfmaster Pro, I know you're asking about Zero Torque. If you go back before you join the show, we definitely talk about the whole Zero Torque thing. So go back and watch the show prior to when you joined it, because you'll find out about the whole Zero Torque thing and the difference between Path of Inertia and Zero Torque.
You know what? We've always had very little torque. We just never bragged about it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the AZ Nittany line wants to know why I'm in an attic. That's a whole nother story, Scott, for another day and time.
Wait, who's the Penn State kid commenting?
Oh no, that's our buddy Scott, and we know, and Scott's gonna love this. We know you love our boy Saquon, so he's helping out your team over there in Philly.
Well, last year he did. This year his offensive line's hurting.
So, Mike, we've had the pleasure of hanging out with you guys on the putting floor with one of the funniest men in this industry, John McGinnis. Is the Makefield guy, and we've had some good laughs with John. Are we expecting any surprises this year?
John and Hal should be there this year. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So hold on.
We're gonna have some fun.
Oh, you can't see my face. Gosh, dang, nabbit. When Hal came to the studio this past, whatever he came, I had the privilege of driving Hal Sutton to the airport. And I asked him a few poignant questions. And I'll share them with you in person, not over this venue.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
what a great man. What a great gentleman.
Yep.
He loves our product. So John and Hal, and Hal's going to be there on demo day. I just had a meeting today about this, the outdoor demo day. And I think the first day we're going to do a Q&A with Hal at our booth and on the green on the first indoor day. The problem was, check this out. Can I say this?
Sure.
And I'm a PGA member. You can see my hoodie. Oh, you can't see it.
No, we can't. Your camera doesn't work.
I'm a 30-year member of the PGA of America. They want, and it's not even conducted by my company. It's conducted by an outside company. They wanted like $7,000 for us to announce in an email that Hal Sutton will be joining us on the putting green from X to X on X. That's a little bit too much, don't you think?
You know what we're gonna do?
You're gonna broadcast it on the Instagram. Let's go.
Yes, we are. We will get this out there. So, but hey, yeah, no, we definitely. I'll look forward to that because McGinnis is always a good laugh, and I'd love to just shake Hal's hand. He's done a lot for this game, and I have very high regard for him.
I mean, when I'm driving him to the airport from Ben Salem down to the PHL, I was like, first time in my life, I'm wishing for traffic.
I mean, in Philly, you can get that a lot. So
I'm like, please be traffic, please be traffic, please traffic. The conversations were so good. He's such a gentleman. And I actually called him. I called my father on speaker. I said, Hal, would you mind if my dad said hello? I said, I want you to know, like, you played my course in Philadelphia at White Manor in 1989, and you left a pair of rain pants there. And I grabbed them and I gave them to my father, and my father bragged for 20 years, I'm wearing Hal Sutton's rain pants.
So you told Hal Sutton that you stole his lost and found item.
I didn't steal it. Once it's lost, it's now found.
Found.
There you go.
And he's like, hi, Mr. Dynda. I'm so glad you could take advantage of them rain pants. I get them for free. Don't worry about it. That really wasn't a Louisiana. That wasn't a Louisiana.
Yeah, the accents tonight are
no,
on point, Mike.
That was West Virginia, not Louisiana.
So, Mike, I'm going to ask you one question here that I know one of our favorite things every year is running into you and the team at Makefield and having you on our show because you've been such a proud person on our show every year. What's one of your favorite parts of the PGA Show every year?
Hopefully seeing
being on the Golfing Dads Tavern.
I mean, first we'll be hanging out with the Golfing Dads Tavern.
Okay.
Second, we'll be seeing Paige Baranek. Just kidding.
No, you're not.
What is my favorite part of the show? Probably Friday.
When it's all said and done, and you can finally rest.
Nah, that's really rude. I shouldn't say that, but I mean, you gear up for a month or two in advance, and you're all geeked up, you're all psyched up, and then you get tire kickers, then you get this. How about the first year? And it was really easy to tell because we were the only putting company on the green. Everett bought 4 dozen Pro Vs. After the demo day outside, we had 3 golf balls left.
Oh, jeez.
So golf pros stealing. Everett had to go
golf
back.
Pros stealing golf balls.
Almost stealing golf balls. I mean, it's, and I say that tongue in cheek, but
just like Hal Sutton's pants, they disappeared.
He left them. My favorite thing about the show, personally, is connecting with old friends. I'm 30 some years a member, but B, growing our brand. That's like, oh my God, I thought I heard about you, but now I see this putter's great, So here's my question to you guys.
Okay.
Our putter, in my opinion, is the best putter on the market. What do we need to help us break through? It's really good. Thanks, Greg.
It is. It's a great putter. I think it's that exposure. I think that being out there, being more prevalent in the market, I think would be what would help you because you're out of Pennsylvania and great things come out of PA. But I think that getting more exposure out there, because I talk about your putter and a lot of people don't know about it. But once I used this putter, I really fell in love with it, and I recommend it to people, and I send them to the site, and it's just, I think they just need to get a feel for it themselves is really what I think they need to be able to touch it, feel it, hit putts with it, and that'll make all the difference. And the average golfer can't come to the PGA Show. That's why we do this show, to talk about what the PGA Show is like, because we're fortunate enough to come to it every year. And I think it's just getting it in more people's hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. Once you hit it, you can't quit it, you know? So
Golf Master Pro, yes, it comes left-handed. Hey, what's up,
my God.
Jeff?
Wait, tell Golf Master Pro, Nick,
Mhm.
our left-handed salesman, my partner, is left-handed. Every model we make is available on lefty.
Nice.
And unlike other major manufacturers that are killing it, we can get product out within a week typically.
You guys do. It is quick on how, even just the fitting you did for us there, and you were able to kind of put something together really quick there. That's one great thing about your putter.
That's the neat thing about having screw-in heads. Like at first, myself personally, when we went from glue-in to screw-in, see the screw right there? I was hesitant to have screw-ins, but I'm thinking, wait, hold on. I swing a driver, well, used to be 108, probably now about 99 miles an hour. I swing a driver at 99 miles an hour with a screw-in shaft. Why can't I swing a putter with a screw-in shaft at 5, 6, 7 miles an hour? You know?
Yeah.
And the beauty of the screw-in shafts is you can change heads, you can change lies, you can do anything. Oh, and the weight kit. Oh, yeah. That's good.
I had to run and get this because this is a great part about this is it shows you the weight kit here, all the weights that you get, so you can change things up.
So that's kind of like my partner Nick and I, and I got to tiptoe around the word TORQUE.
Yeah, no, you can say you don't have to tiptoe around it. Step all over it.
No, we can. And by the way, now that you said that, it's my opinion that is a fad, and obviously they're having great success. So God bless them, way to go. But everything's going to come back to the zero, to the middle. And with our putter and those weights he just showed, you can create your own torque. You can create your own twist. You can create your own biases. Look at this, Greg. I'm buying you a beer when I come down there this year. Look at that.
I'm showing you how easy this is just to adjust on the fly. If you're changing stuff up and fitting.
Dynda, I haven't told you, Greg is the pro with a wrench when it comes to a golf club. I think he has like a full set of like every manufacturer. So I think he's got like a full set in his garage with that.
I like working on clubs, so it makes it fun. But yeah, it's really that easy, and that's how quick you can do this. And when you fit it us, it's amazing.
Oh, by the way, did you see we have new colors?
I did, and I was jealous because it came out right after I got this one. I was like, man, I really want one of those blue ones or the green ones. I want the green Masters one.
Both of you text me, and I'll bring something down to Orlando in a few months.
Okay.
Text me your desire.
I'll put it in the text group. Hey, Mike, before we let you go, first off, thank you for joining us tonight. And if someone is coming to the show, where are they going to be able to find you on the show floor and at demo day? And then if not, where can they find you online?
Makefieldgolf.com. And let me go on my Gmail. I think we're booth 1193. Hold on.
It sounds about right over by the putting green.
Well,
floor is full, by the way. I've gotten word that the podcast studio is going to be out in the concourse.
I think they're putting us in the garage.
I think it's a whole new team doing it this year. And,
no, it's Rico still. Sherry's still there. She's great.
And one of our employees who used to do all this work is doing the senior tour now, Mike Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And he was always in charge of all this. And I personally may have dropped the ball, but I didn't realize, oh, shit, we got to sign up for this. But
it helps.
Yeah. I'm on my phone right now. I can't see.
We'll find it. We'll leave it in the comments when we post it.
Yeah, we'll put it out there.
Or 1093. Hold on. Good morning.
That's fine.
So it's going to be about a 20-step walk from the putting green.
Perfect.
That's how I saw it on the map.
On the map. Well, Mike, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate the time. Next time we'll get your pretty face on camera.
We got him on camera with a little bit of the video there, so they know what he looks like.
So, thank you, sir, for joining us, and we will be in touch soon. I know this is way past your bedtime, so have a good evening,
dude. I'm so far past my bedtime.
Have a good night, Mike. We'll talk to you.
Greg, Steve, thank you guys.
Thanks
Mike.
Go Makefield, go Birds. Cheers.
I knew he was going to get that in there.
No,
I'm being honest with you. Check out Makefield Putters. They make an amazing product, and it is it's the importance of being fit for any of your clubs, even the golf ball out there. That's another important part of the game is make sure you're fit for everything in your bag, and it'll really change the way you play. If you want to improve, and like you said in the video, if you want to shoot 1,000, shoot 1,000. Have fun with it. But if you want to shoot 80 or better, get fitted. So,
gotta pay some more bills here. So upgrade your T game with the new Cobra DS Adapt driver, fully adjustable, crazy fast, and built to dial in your perfect ball flight. Take control with the Cobra DS Adapt. Visit CobraGolf.com today. The DS Adapt driver is the official driver of the Golfing Dads. And now we've got somebody else we need to bring into the studio who's just chillaxing over there.
I'm just putting it. He's just leaning back in his chair. Dave, you are on a big echo, Dave.
Dave, yeah, what's going on with you? It's all cattywampus.
Yeah, I don't know what mic you have going on there.
Your mic is picking up everything, Dave.
Yeah. Every movement that you're doing there. That's better.
You there?
Sorry, it was on the headset, not on the mic.
Gotcha.
But I get stage time.
Did you guys see the news? And I saved it today. So this rumor last week about was it Harris English came out and talked about the fact that the PGA Tour may not start in 2027 until after the Super Bowl. And I'm gonna just
that would be the waste management.
No,
that's usually right around the Super Bowl. That's
no, it's always
saying that's the timeline. That's the timeline. If the PGA Tour doesn't start until after that, that's the waste management.
More details on the potential 20 to 22 event PGA Tour schedule, courtesy of Golf Digest, citing sources today. Late February start to the season. Possible elimination of Hawaii events, Torrey Pines, and part of the West Coast swing. Bye weeks the week after majors. Elimination of 1 to 2 Florida events. Elimination of 1 Texas event possible. And new events in bigger metro cities possible.
Well, I think this is all, I think, too reactionary towards Liv, which Liv hasn't proved anything yet, and you're trying to fight them when you don't need to fight them for what it is. I think that, yes, you need to look at the schedule. I think you need to look at the schedule. You need to change some things.
I've got a hot take here, and I've got a hot take on this, and it's just my 2 cents. But Greg, go ahead. Sorry.
What I was saying is that would be literally the Super Bowl weekend is waste management. That's where it always falls in. They've only moved it when the Super Bowl was in Arizona. And one year they actually did both in the same day on that Sunday. So that's a fun time of year. So now you're changing that. So you're taking an event that is, to be honest, one of the more fun and popular and helps grow the game events of the year, can get out of hand. And now you're changing that whole dynamic. I think this could be a bad move. I think it could be a good move at the same time, but you really got to think through how you're doing it. And I think shortening the season might not be the right answer.
Dave?
To quote the great comedian Dennis Leary.
Oh, boy.
And to paraphrase him here in his
real dangerous
cancer,
that's what I was thinking.
For a cancer monologue, not less, more. And I won't get into, if you know the whole context of that, I won't get into it. because you give them to the right people. You don't take events away. Golf is golf, and you're catering to the upper half percentage of players that don't want to show up every week. But you have guys out there fighting for tour cards, and you just need to have better TV coverage in times of events where the top 10, 15 players in the world aren't there. So you're watching the top 20 to 100. Guess what? Those top 20 to 100 are still better than the next 100,000 golfers after them. So get out there, watch golf. More golf is better golf.
Let me ask you this, because I want to just say something here real quick. This is going to a place where I feel they're trying to make every event every week feel like either a major or a signature event and make it overly exciting. And if we do that, we're oversaturating the markets, and it's just going to make it average, not better. When we spread things
we already have one sport out there that is load management, and
but
see how many fans complain about that.
When you spread things out, I think that you can make this better, and you can see the growth and see these players come and develop, and you're not just becoming an exhibition golf, which is what it looks like it's turning into. And I hate that.
Okay, you ready for my hot take?
Are we ever?
First problem that I see with a lot of this, one of the problems I've always said that Live has is that you don't see it enough because they have too much off time in between events. So now we go and, we hire Brian Rolap out of the NFL. And Brian Rolap comes in from the NFL and is like, ooh, I don't want to compete with the NFL. He was the heir apparent to Roger Goodell. Okay, now you have this. Now you want to cut back to 22 events, which this is all catering to what Rory wants. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're going to get rid of Hawaii, which I love golf in prime time, so I think it's a bad idea. Although, depending on what happens at Kapalua, you may have lost that event anyway. You don't start until you've already ended the season before the NFL season starts. Now you don't want to start the season until after the NFL season ends with the Super Bowl. Now you run into, what do you do? So, okay, you want to eliminate 1 to 2 Florida events. So that means that you're going back to Doral this year in a signature event. So you're probably going to get rid of the Cognizant, and you're probably going to get rid of Tampa, because you're not going to get rid of Arnold, and you're not going to get rid of the players, and you're going to keep that. Eliminating 1 of the Texas events, you're either going to eliminate Houston or San Antonio, and it's probably going to be Houston because they've struggled with sponsoring Houston all along. Do I think cities like Chicago need an event? I do. I do think the tour needs to get back into major cities. You really don't have an event in New York City. You don't have an event in you don't have an event in Chicago. There are major cities that you do not have golf events in, so you have to look at that. You are catering to the problem with what the tour has done, and all the chess pieces that the tour has made is they're catering to the upper echelon of the tour and wanting to keep the top 100 players the same. You're becoming a closed circuit, just what Liv did, and just what everybody has criticized Liv for all this time.
Yeah,
if you go down this road, okay, and how many of us love watching the waste management before the Super Bowl on Super Bowl Sunday? It's one of my favorite things to do. You flip over, you watch the waste management, you flip over the Super Bowl. Here you go. In those years that the waste management also falls with the Super Bowl in Phoenix, man, that's always a good story of who's going where, who's got tickets to the game. You can always cover that on TV. So I think that if you're going to go down this road and you're going to get rid of events, it is going to backfire on you gloriously. And it is going to turn into a dumpster fire.
I think that the one thing that I think they are doing right is maybe have some bye weeks in there. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But if you're adding the bye weeks in there, plus taking off those events at the beginning of the season, and even looking at you're taking out a lot of the events there, because you have the 4 majors, which take up 4 of the months. that are out there. So that now takes what could be 4 events in a month down to 3 events in a month because of the bye weeks. And then you're probably going to look at it at a point and say, hey, we need the week before and the week after of a major. So this could drastically change it. You're changing. Live is not working, to be honest. With you.
Not.
Live needs to change, but you're the one that's changing when you have a good product out there. Don't make it exhibition golf.
Nope.
And one last thing. If you're out there looking for a rangefinder, make sure you are checking out Nikon rangefinders, the official rangefinder of the LPGA Tour and the Golfing Dads. All right, guys. With that being said, thank you, Mike, for being on tonight and taking us into the world of Makefield Putters and the PGA Show, as we're doing every single week here. Make sure you check us out next week for more insight into the PGA Show coming in January.
I'm really fortunate, man. I mean, having an opportunity to build something that's
And remember, folks, use code GolfingDads to get 15% off your order at Desert Fox Golf. Also use code GolfingDads to get 15% off your order at golfish.com. Use code GolfingDads to get 20% off your order at Jacket Sunscreen, and use the Golfing Dads Tavern to get 5% off your order at FlightScope.